Morning people, Man Perfection back again. Has been a long time. So this video is basically just about, it's just called health check because that's what it's about. Okay, it's about regards to, I don't know, where do I start in this? Should the health check include mental health? Now, I've done a few videos on mental health. I don't really go too much into that. I don't delve too much into that. I'm more concerned really on people's physical health, and that's what this video is about. It's about physical health really. I think that, you know, the two are linked. The two are linked definitely. Healthy body, healthy mind, and you need a kind of strong mind in order to push you to kind of, you know, I've for example, I've got a cousin that gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, does his workout and then goes to work. You know, I was once seeing a woman where she was getting up every day. I think it was 5 times a week she was working out, Monday to Friday, and she got up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day without fail, and sometimes didn't come home until 7, 8 o'clock. So that was like a 13-14 hour day. Yeah, so it's you've got to have that mental fortitude, mental strength to keep fighting. You know, last year for me was really tough. I ended up going to court and battling someone. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, I am a father. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was single, and I like to kind of follow through on a lot of things that I say. So when I did the NoFap videos, I said a few things there, and I didn't just say it for the fun of it. If anyone watched the NoFap videos, and the MGTOW videos actually, I don't know whether I'd say in the MGTOW videos I followed through or the NoFap. Most likely MGTOW, to be honest with you, or maybe a combination of both. But more MGTOW than anything. But I followed through on my beliefs. And, you know, I was blessed with a child, and basically last year I was basically fighting for kind of custody or partial custody of my child, and it was quite exhausting. Do you understand? It was exhausting, and it was hard. It was hard to work out. Do you understand? Not to mention, because I'm at a stage where I actually do lift heavy, stress can put a lot of tightness on the muscles and on the body and on the joints. So when you're lifting things, it's easy to tear. It's easy it's easy to get injured if you're highly stressed out and you're lifting heavy. Do you understand? So, but just finding the motivation to get up and even do a workout was tough. Do you understand? It was tough. But where are we going with this? Right, so where do I start? Right, so I was on YouTube the other day and I was watching a video of some woman, and she basically began to cry or something like that, and I noticed that she's a black woman as well. I noticed that she had green eyes. She had these weird coloured eyes, and I went to the comment section, and people were saying, you know, are you cursed or something? People were saying, like, making jokes out of it, like, oh, some people are saying you got really nice eyes, but then the video is quite a serious video because she's talking about these people discovering like thousands of skulls in this kind of tomb underneath the ground, right? Didn't go too much into it. Seemed like quite a long video. I fast forwarded it to see what was, you know, what is she really talking about, or why is she crying and things like that. But I couldn't but not help but notice her eyes, right? And then as I fast forward the video, her daughter comes along, and her daughter got like weird eyes as well, green eyes and this and that. And I'm looking at the comment section, I'm thinking, you know, am I the only one that sees this, thinks this is a bit odd here? And then lo and behold, someone writes in there, oh no, it's not her real eyes, that's a filter. I'm thinking to myself, but why would you do a serious video and then put like a distracting filter or some sort of cat eye filter over your eyes? Do you understand? It's like, how can I explain it to people? I think I've seen too many pictures now and videos, right, where people are using filters to almost hide, or should I say to enhance who they are. And sometimes it kind of doesn't come off looking like, obviously it's not really men that are doing it. If it was, I would openly say, right, men are doing it. But it's not really men that I see doing it. It's more or less women. You go onto some dating sites as well, and women have got filters on dating sites. Do you understand? And I just don't think it helps them. Do you understand? I don't think it helps them. You know. I know that we're living in a world, especially in America. When you go over to America, the first thing most people in America do, especially when British people go over there, is they look at their teeth. And the Americans will always say, oh, the person's got yellow teeth, and they'd make jokes out of it. South Park makes jokes out of it and things like that. Dental, you know, dental hygiene and things like that. I think America is very pressured into this looking perfect, this kind of fake world of beauty and aesthetics and things like that. And I think it's slowly creeping over to the UK, where people are afraid to kind of be themselves. Do you understand? I myself have a gap in my teeth, okay, slight bald patches on my head each side and this and that, but I've always been I can't say I've always been confident, but I think I got to a stage in my life where it was like, accept me for who I am, or don't accept me for who I am. When I see these filters of women maybe believing that it kind of is making them look better, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen a filter yet that's enhanced a woman's beauty, and that's my honest opinion. I haven't seen a filter yet that's enhanced a woman's beauty. When you go on a dating site as well, when I see it, I just instantly swipe to the side. You know, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. Now, I actually have friends where they're not comfortable in their own skin, and I can put 1,000. Well, I even talked about a friend where some girl advised him to get a tattoo because they thought that it would make him look more manly or this or that. So he went out and got a tattoo. And then it was like, you know what? You look a bit skinny, you're a bit lanky, if you want me to be honest with you. I like guys with a bit of muscle. So then he went out there and he, you know, started training. And then he went out there and he was wearing contact lenses. And it was like, my friend was probably, I would say, I've got quite a few attractive male friends. I think this particular friend would probably be about 8, 9 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10 if he was properly dressed up and suited and booted. And to see him have to go that far, that much extra, and I've talked about it in previous videos, the same person, right, to impress a girl that, to be honest with you, he didn't never stay with that girl anyway, because when you have that kind of mentality, I think when girls go out and they say to men, you need this and you need that and you need this, they're never really interested in that man in any way. Do you understand? I've never heard of a case where a girl says to a guy, you know, maybe if you lost a bit of weight, or maybe if you done this, and the person done it and that girl ended up staying with that person. Never. Do you understand? But yeah, I think some people, and that particular friend wouldn't have forced his insecurities onto other people, but I do have other male friends where if they probably got a teeth job, they would probably come around and say, ew, look at your teeth, when they had bad teeth a month ago, but prior to the operation and things like that. If they got plastic surgery, they'd be like, you know what, your face is looking kind of old, you know, have you considered plastic surgery? So they want to kind of, because I went out and I had to kind of cover my insecurities by paying for it, I'm now going to force that onto you. Do you understand? And then it becomes a dangerous pattern. You're sitting down in a room with 10 of your friends, and they all look like Simon Cowell. Do you understand? They all like, I'm not to say that that's my reality, but that's what can happen when you start. If we look at celebrities like Little Kim, Who else? I'm talking about a few black celebrities now. Little Kim, Nicki Minaj. I don't want to degrade her or anything like that, but when I've looked at her BBL, Brazilian butt lift, it doesn't 100%. Maybe they photoshopped it wrong instead of right, but it doesn't look the way it should look. Do you understand? Right. So where am I going with this? Yeah. So I think that people should be comfortable in their own skin. But however, just like that girl that I knew that was working out 5 days a week, and she I remember her saying to me a lot of the times as well, I know I don't look like I work out 5 times a week. I look like I don't work out at all, but I am in the gym doing that. And the reason why she said that is probably because she's probably in her later years, maybe late 30s, something like that, and she didn't have that. What would I? There's 3 types. They say, what is it? Samoa type. So it'd be. She didn't have that kind of curvy. Not to mention, this woman had kids as well, and I think this is where something I'm trying to say to you, like Hollywood is kind of placing its stresses onto other countries, and then they're following through. So I never expected her to have that kind of perfect shape and perfect body and things like that. But there are kind of mental aspects to working out as well. Hence why I said to you last year, for me, if I stopped working out, I would have ended up being heavily depressed. It would have been tough. Do you understand? I don't know how I would have got through last year, because that was probably the only thing I was clinging on to. You know, I after I'd done the workout, it was like me holding it together. Every time I do a workout, it was almost like I'm holding myself together with glue. Do you understand? Until I can fix whatever problem. Do you understand? That's kind of how it was. And had I not worked out, so yeah. So let's get back to anyway. So let's skip on to that. So you know how I feel about filters. Let's talk about not being perfect. Let's talk about going to the gym. Because I have a client where they are working out, and I give them praises and things like that. But what it is that whatever people that are around them are saying to them, well, you should be looking a lot better than what you're looking now. And I think that's wrong on so many levels, because you have to be real with yourself. When we get to a certain age, especially if you've had kids, especially if you have a certain body type. So there's endomorph, ectomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. Mesomorph is like your 100-meter runners, okay, where they have those big broad shoulders, and they have the V-shaped body. So they have kind of V shape at the top, and then the waist kind of slims down in. It kind of slims in like that, right? Kind of like your 100-meter men runners, right? That's more like mesomorph body shape. Then you have your ectomorph, which is kind of tall, lanky person that no matter what they do, they still remain tall and lanky. They don't kind of develop that kind of V shapes like the mesomorphs. And then you have your endomorph, which is more like a apple shaped person, which is more like round, like a circle type body. And it's very hard to kind of break out of that. If that's what you were born with, it's very hard to break out of that and suddenly change your body type. They say some people can be both. They can be an ectomorph and a mesomorph. They can be an ectomorph and an endomorph. It gets complicated, but that's the 3 body types, right? The round shaped person, apple shape, skinny, lanky person, and then your athletic person that every man wants to be, that kind of 100-meter runner with the big buttocks, the V-shaped top, and things like that. But I think that it's wrong for the people around my client to come at them that way and say, well, I expected more from you and I expected this and that, because my client is actually doing very well. And it's not a I think what people do is they expect fast results, and that's kind of where they're letting themselves down. You know, it's a long, drawn out process in order to get your body where it needs to go. I think they say a healthy 2 pounds per week, which works out to be like just below a kg, well, 1 kg, about 1 kg. 1 kg a week is what you'd be expected to either gain or lose. If I was trying to gain weight, I'd be gaining 1 kg per week, and if I was losing it, it would be 1 kg per week. I was watching a program and it said, right, losing weight has not, sorry, working out has nothing to do with losing weight. And I'm sitting down and I'm thinking, is that true? And the answer to that question I would say was no, that's not true. Here's this guy saying it on TV, well, you can do as much workout as you want, but you don't work out to lose weight. And I'm thinking, well, that's inaccurate. There's energy coming into the body, i.e. foods, and then there's energy going out of the body. Energy going out of the body is things like, there's something called TEF, thermal effect on foods, and that basically means that we burn up energy, the body burns up energy digesting food, right? Then there's TEA, thermal effect on activity. That's basically us walking around, even if we're sitting down in our job, in order for me to remain upright, is burning energy, you know? If I'm running, I'm burning energy. So TEA, thermal effect on activity. So basically, if there's more energy going out, if I'm more active than what's coming in, if I'm doing a lot of exercising and eating very less, then I have to lose weight. That's the basic calculation, right? But if I'm eating a hell of a lot of foods, a hell of a lot of calories, and I'm doing very little to no exercise, then I have to gain weight. Okay. Now there are some people that have slow metabolism, so it's very hard for them to lose weight. But again, this is why you get personal trainer, or you get a dietitian, or you get other than a dietitian, you might have a nutritional therapist, and they kind of sit down and they tell you what to go through, how much calories. They might refer you to a gym and things like that to try to figure out, to balance up your calorie intake versus calorie going out, balance up what exercises you should lose, this or that. But inevitably, even if you have problems, slow metabolism, you still should really be able to lose weight. Do you understand? I think the hardest thing, even for me, when I was depressed over the last, probably over the last 8 months or so, I found myself going to Asda and buying a 5-pack of donut, which was 1,000 calories, and they were consumed in less than 5 minutes. That was 1,000 calories that consumed in less than 5 minutes, right? 5 donuts from Asda, sugar donuts, right? I then would have a pizza, not in the same day, or sometimes it probably was in the same day. Then I had ice fingers on top of that. I think 4 ice fingers was another 1,000 calories. That was 2,000 calories in that same sitting. And then they were selling a pizza there when the whole pizza was 4,000 calories. And so I think when people say they have a slow metabolism, and when that program says, well, it has nothing to do with exercising, it has something to do with what you're eating, I can understand where they're coming from. Because if you're not eating properly, if you're not watching what you're eating and it's nothing but processed food, high calorie intakes, then it doesn't make a difference what you do in the gym. Do you understand? You can't out-train a bad diet. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? Right. So let's quickly end this video. Before we kind of get to the end of this video, I just want to show you guys. Right. So yeah, so my site. As you remember, Perfection Incognito. I mean, again, it has gone dead, guys, because I haven't really put any new content on it. But the workout videos that I put in there, Perfection Fitness Video 1, that's quite bassy there, guys. Yeah, it's quite bassy. 1. Yeah, these videos actually do work. There's no if, no buts, no maybes. The perfection fitness videos actually do work. But again, you know, I could do another video. Sorry guys, one minute. I could do another video on motivation and demotivation and laziness and drive, goals, and I could do another video on, you know, laziness. And so it's there for women in their late 30s, 40s, or even in their 50s, because when I was training clients, when I was training these clients, they were literally, they were from ages between, what was it, 40, I think it was late 30s into their 60s. So that's what this video was catered for. But I can promise you, hands down, you will see the benefit at any age. But what I will say to women, especially what I say to women in their late 30s, especially those that are now using filters on Facebook and things like that, forget the filters. Just try to do like these videos on my site, or maybe on YouTube. I don't know what tickles your boat, because there was a lot of people complaining in my videos, oh, your background seemed a bit untidy, or making up excuses. Do you understand? We can make up excuses all day as to why you couldn't do a workout. Oh, it looked a bit dark and blah, all of this kind of nonsense, right? If you're about that life, right, those videos on that Perfection Incognito site, if you were to do them 3 times a week, you would see results. No if, no buts, no maybes. Whether you want to take it further than that and extend it to 5 days a week and get full results, then, you know, there's 5 fitness videos. So if you did one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you would 100% see results. 100%, I promise you. I promise you. In regards to food and things like that, I'm not going to kind of get into that. That's the whole can of worms again. Eating processed food, eating too much, eating oily food and things like that. That's too, I don't even want to go there with that, you know. We're adult. This video is aimed at adults here. You should know what foods that are bad for you. You should know what foods, especially if you have children, because, you know, if you're eating unhealthy, then they're eating unhealthy. Do you understand? But anyway, thanks for watching. Right now, I just about made it through last year. Just about made it through. It was even harder trying to work out in the snow with the problems that was going on as well. I was walking out into -3 and all of that, and pushing myself. I had to push myself hard. I mean, really hard to continue working out. But I've made it through the storm. And this is what's so important, is that I try to explain to clients, you don't always fight. Yeah, you're fighting in the beginning to get into a routine, but it does at one stage turn around and you need to work out. It's like, oh damn, I didn't work out today. And you look forward to it. Do you understand? And you get a little buzz, a little rush from it after you finish. And that rush lasts for 2 days. So for 2 days you're walking around and you're quite confident and you're quite, you know, you're happy and you got this little buzz. And then you need to do it again in order to continue that buzz, because that buzz dies out. And that buzz, when it dies out, it gets replaced with, oh, I can't be bothered to do this again. That's why I say to people, it's a lot more easier to do it 5 times a week than what it is to do it twice a week, because of the buzz. When you do it twice a week, if I did it once on a Monday and again on a Friday, in between that week, that feeling of, oh, I can't be bothered to do it on a Friday comes back. So you have to continue that buzz. Now, you don't have to, if I was working out 5 times a week, I wouldn't have to go to a gym for a full hour. I could do 20 minutes at a time if the gym was local or in the same building I was working. 20 minutes on the Monday, that would be good enough. If I was doing it 3 times a week, I might do 50 minutes. If I was doing it twice a week, I might do it for, you know, an hour on the dot, or this or that. But I recommend at least 3 times a week. Anyway, guys, this is me for the health check video. Thank you for listening. I hope you are looking after yourself, regardless of whether you smoke or whether you drink or this or that. especially as you get into your later years. And please just try to stay away from the filter. Like I said, when I'm on those dating sites and I see women with filters, I just skip it. Do you understand? People either lovely for who you are, or they don't. It's as simple as that. But putting on a filter, you can't put on a filter when you're on a date, when the person sees you for real life on a date. So it's pointless having filters. I think you get a lot of kind of guys out there that maybe they're desperate to talk to women. So when they put fake filters on things like Facebook and all of that, you get guys liking them and telling them, oh, you look beautiful and this and that. But they're not real guys. Do you understand? They're not real guys. They're kind of them white knights. Do you understand? That, always looking to make a woman feel good, even if they're not really interested in that woman. And I'm the total opposite to that. I've always tried to be real, even if you don't want to be my friend afterwards. You understand? Thank you for watching, guys. Peace out. Catch you soon.